What's going on, everyone? I am just a typical, average American here today to react to, once again, something really disturbing that the US ambassador to Canada said about Canada. So I gotta say, at this point, I really genuinely don't understand if this guy just really sucks at his job or if I tend to only hear about the really bad things that he says. Because this is not the first time that I have actually done a video on the US ambassador to Canada doing something very negative to Canada. His name is Pete Hoekstra, and apparently he recently said something really weird or actually pretty unsettling about Canada's recent fighter jet purchases or something like that. So let's actually take a look. Let's hear exactly what he said.
When a threat is detected in North American airspace, NORAD launches the closest available warplane. Sometimes that's an American fighter into Canada. But the U.S.
Okay.
ambassador to Ottawa says that arrangement would be impacted if Canada doesn't buy more American made F 35s.
What? What? Why is so much that goes on these days, particularly out of the United States? Like, my immediate reaction to so much of this stuff is just like, huh? What are we doing? What are we saying this time? What? Why? Like, what? Okay, so there's some kind of joint agreement for protecting North America where Canada and the United States like jointly take care of this responsibility of like scrambling jets and fighter planes to make sure everything is protected and okay. And it sounds like it's a collaboration, a joint effort, and that's great. But what did they say? If Canada, let me get this straight. We're going to screw that all up if Canada refuses to buy more US jets? Am I getting this about right? Is that what you guys better purchase our military jets or we're not going to work with you? Isn't that just like the most blatant example of like coercion or there's got to be something wrong with it. Like that doesn't sound shouldn't Canada get to decide who you buy your military equipment? Isn't that like a decision for every like sovereign government or country to decide? I might be talking crazy here. I don't know.
The structure that we see for NORAD would have to be altered. We'd probably have to get more F-35s.
The United States would,
The United States would,
in order to
Okay.
fully protect the continent.
Canada
I'm actually sick of hearing about protecting the continent. Not don't get me wrong. We should protect the continent, like all of us, like everyone in North America, like has a big stake, literally, in making sure our defense and protection is good. But I'm sick and tired of like this guy, as in the US government and Donald Trump getting up there and saying, we can do this and that and because it's protecting the United States. It basically gives us license or an excuse to do anything as long as it's protecting the world. It's protecting the United States and the world. We have to take over Greenland to protect the world. You will love our protection. We're going to force it on you. I don't know. Obviously, like, on its face, the idea of, like, having good modern military equipment to defend the continent is good, but we shouldn't have to force anybody to do it. When did it become like we gotta force everybody to do what we want with threats? Like, Canada better buy, and F-35s. Those happen to be made. Those are made and manufactured by the United States, right? So that's a conflict of interest. You better buy our stuff or we're going to screw you over. And I don't know. Or what did he say? Or the US is going to have to get more F-35s? Then get more. Like, what do you mean? In our military budget, that's probably like 1 hour's worth of the yearly budget. If we got more jets. What are we even talking? This sounds like, I don't know. I don't know.
Has committed to only 16 of the jets so far.
Canada is committed to 16 F-35s. Okay, cool.
Efficient to replace our existing fleet of aging fighters.
If Canada did not have the F-35, do you think that American planes would more often be in Canada?
That changes our, defense capability, and as such, we have to figure out how we're going to replace that.
His comment.
Okay, another thing. This is not. If this truly has to do with the defense of the United States, like our national security, shouldn't we? If this is really that crucial to our protection, the U.S., shouldn't we just like gift Canada the F-35 American jets or something? Like, I know that's not a good precedent to set, like just giving away. Like, I understand there's money that has to be made and there's a precedent for this stuff, but you know what I mean? Like, this literally just sounds like something that is for our benefit. So if it's so important to us, why don't, like, we're forcing Canada to buy it for our protection? Like, you know what I mean? I guess it's for Canada's protection too, but Canada gets to decide how to protect itself. Or like, that's, I don't know.
Reaching the head of Canada's Air Force.
Can we maintain our sovereign control of airspace without F-35s?
I would offer that Canadian presence in NORAD absolutely reduces the risk and increases Canada's autonomy and ability to defend itself. The F-35 is one of the capabilities that Canada has decided to procure.
Canada's defense.
Okay. So we're talking about, like, does Canada need the F-35 jet? I would think not. There are other, like, I understand it is a very, very cutting edge, very good jet. I'm not just saying that because I'm biased and American, but there are other jets that you can get, right?
Minister David McGuinty says there is no plan yet around further F-35 purchases.
Everything's under review.
Denmark is already flying the F-35. Many there now regret the decision.
I'm not sure we would buy F-35s again. They're in for repairs about half the time or even more. They need spare parts all the time. And if we can't get those from the Americans, within a month or so, I don't think we'll have an Air Force at all.
Oh, God. It's like buying a used car or, I guess, a new car that breaks down and you need parts. And really, like, these jets must be millions of dollars, right? They break down that much? God. The American-made ones? Like, I have a theory sometimes in cars they have, like, or phones, if you've ever had your cell phone, like, run out of space, or computers, like, the memory, like, they just, like, after 10 years, your computer just, like, dies, even though it's this piece of modern technology. It just, like, slowly gets slower and slower where it's unusable, even if you delete space. But anyway, that's a different rant. Are we, like, not to get too conspiratorial, but sometimes I feel like they make their products bad or break down after a while, so you have to buy more stuff or more parts. But anyway, hopefully not with the jets. But that's obviously not a good sign. And talk about the last thing Canada would want. Further relying on the United States. Now for your military equipment, for maintaining your fighter jets. Now you'd have to rely on us for that. Where it's been very clear, Canada has been making every step an opportunity to distance its reliance on the U.S. So that doesn't even make sense now that I hear that, for Canada to do this.
Polling suggests the majority of Canadians want the Carney government to move away from solely the F-35 in favor of the Swedish-built Gripen, even though the Defense Department assessed it as a less capable aircraft.
The challenge
Oh, so you want this Swedish jet. It might not technically be as good. That's a tough problem, because both are national security issues. You either have the slightly worse jet, which is probably still pretty freaking good, the Swedish jet, which might not be the absolute best jet on the market, but still good. So you're giving up something there by getting the second best. Or you buy the American F-35 and you're giving up national security there by relying on the US. It's a no-win situation in a way.
I think for many Canadians is they are being asked to spend billions of dollars buying a plane to help defend their country and their interests from a country that many Canadians see as the threat right now.
That's crazy. Okay, we're not a threat.
No. Pete. Pete! You did not just say that. Oh my God, where's my Coke? Okay. Okay. He didn't just say that. He said that's crazy? Really? Have you been living under a rock? What are you... Yeah, sure. That's crazy. When has the United States ever made any indication that they were threatening Canada? Name one time ever in the past month that the U.S. has ever threatened Canada. What? You're crazy. What is it? Or what? What?
Okay.
The ambassador also tells CBC News Canada could see more benefits to Canadian companies, which are helping to build the advanced plane. David Common, CBC News, Luke Air Force Base in Arizona.
Wow. That Pete Hoekstra, U.S. ambassador to Canada, everybody. There he is. Never disappoints. Just acting like he... It's difficult to, like, try to debate any of this with Pete Hoekstra or probably Donald Trump, because if you brought up any of this reality of what's going on, they'd probably just, like, act like they have no idea what you're talking about, which makes discourse impossible. So that's annoying. I don't know why he was pretending like he had no idea why Canadians would feel this way. That's honestly disrespectful and weird. This whole thing was weird. Basically, Pete Hoekstra openly saying the United States should control Canada's decisions on where it buys its military equipment, jets. Just like Donald Trump recently said, oh, Canada should never do trade with China. As a matter of fact, if you do trade with China, I will tariff you 100%. It's like the U.S. suddenly thinks we get to decide, make all these decisions for Canada about your trade and your jets. And when did this, why, what? This is not how it works. It's incredibly disrespectful. And I don't know, I'm sick and tired of it, because it's happening quite a bit. And I'm sure Canadians, like, must be beyond sick and tired of it. Because if any country was doing to us what our government's doing to you, it would annoy and trouble us to no end, to say the least. So I get it. But there you go. That was interesting. Now I understand kind of what the situation is, and that is crazy. And we'll see, I guess, what happens. Borderline a threat, right? Buy our jets or else. Anyway, if you enjoyed this, feel free to give this video a like or leave a comment with your thoughts, especially if you're Canadian and your point of view on this whole crazy thing. That'd be really valuable. And if if you're interested in more videos like this, me reacting to Canadian things that I've never seen before, feel free to subscribe for more. And until then, thanks for watching, and see you next time.